Hello, Adriana. My name is Sean Everett. I am the website analysis expert over at Zucore Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Megan. She sent your website over to me for analysis, and here it is. Now, the first thing I should tell you is that you have a beautiful site. You clearly spent some money putting this site together. It is gorgeous. And the purpose of a beautiful site like this is so when people get here, they will start clicking around and find out what it is that you do. And that's exactly what you want this beautiful site to be here for. Now, you clearly spent money on it thinking that this site was going to be something that brought you customers and put money in your pocket. And currently your site is underperforming in Southwest Florida. And I can show you all that I have found in this analysis. I will do my best to to keep it interesting because what I'm talking about can be kind of dull, but I do my best to not put you to sleep. Now, the first thing I do after I look at a site is I go to this. It is a paid tool that I use called Ahrefs, and it shows me the metrics of your site, how it's been performing over the last couple months. Then I do a good old Google search for Cape Coral Remodeling. Now, Google is a company that is going to be providing you with about 93% of the traffic to your site. That's how powerful Google is. Without Google, somebody else would probably take the reins, but Google is the main source of the visitors to your site. So that is why understanding Google is important in this because your website will not succeed without satisfying Google. And Google has an algorithm that places absolutely everything on the results page. For instance, up here at the top, we have what we in the industry call the map pack because they're attached to this lovely map. People do like to hire local. And these folks up here did something that the folks down here did not do or did not do well enough, and that is fill out a Google business profile. Now, Google business profile is kind of like a Facebook profile. It'll ask you stuff about your business, like what year you started, what your daily hours are. There's some tick boxes, and they're going to ask you to prove that you actually own the site. Now, doing that thoroughly is exactly what gave these people the opportunity to get to the top because Google, being a computer company, it likes thoroughness and exactness. So now the next thing I need to tell you about the algorithm is that aside from looking for folks who have filled in the Google business profile, is that Google loves content. Now, as I scroll down here, the very top two are actually just lists, but these folks here are at the very top of the builders. Now, I'm going to choose WDM here as, I'm going to call them your Google competitor for the purpose of this analysis. Now, here's their site, and I'm going to do something really fast here. This is your site. I'm going to copy and select all, copy and paste your website into this word counter. And the reason I'm doing that is because Google loves content. Content is king at Google. Google says that they want to educate their customers about whatever it is that they are Googling. And that is the purpose of them wanting to have content. Now, you have 580 words and your competitor has 1,348. Now, Google actually wants you to have 1,500 words on your homepage. That is what is important. Because Google says that 1,500 words is the minimum amount necessary to actually fully educate the Google search customers in what it is that they are Googling. So they're not just going to send folks off anywhere. They want them to actually have, information to give. Now, all words are not the same. And what I mean by that is that Google expects you to have some keywords. There are keywords that exist within your industry, and Google has a list of these words. And it's industry words, words that have to do with your community, and also words that come from actual Google searches. Now, currently you have two keywords on your website, which is something that absolutely needs to come up before you to have any sort of ranking on the Google search page. And I'm going to show you what your competitor has. They have 170 to your 2. So that is a pretty large jump, but it's not hard to get this number or more on your web page. I'm going to show you what their keywords are because this tool gives me that opportunity. CBC license, Florida. See, some of these things are in your industry, so I do not know what they mean. But CBC license is apparently something that's important. CBC contractor, certified building contractor, Florida. There we go. That's what the CBC means. There's a lot of different things: Corp Corral Remodeling, certified building contractor, kitchen remodel. All of these things are stuff that's essentially within your industry. So having more of these little phrases, if you will, the key word is kind of a misnomer, because they're actually quite little phrases, if you will, key phrases. But all of these are stuff that you want to have on your website also, because obviously these sorts of things, when the hurricane comes, that's something that you want to know about: having your door repaired, having your kitchen remodeled, general contractor, all of these things. Now, I'm going to show you something really fast here. I'm going to go over here and look for a word, the word best. And I want to see if it is on your site. No, nothing with found that begins with best, which means that when somebody goes to Google and types in that they want the best remodeler in Cape Coral, you're not going to come up, because Google searches are word searches, and they essentially match what the person has typed in with what is on the web page. So you have excluded yourself from when people type in, I want the best remodeler in Cape Coral. So that is something that is a no-brainer that you could do really quickly to help increase your Google search rating. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is your backlinks. Now, currently you have 0 backlinks, and that is also a problem. A backlink is where you are have your site on somebody else's site. For instance, Yelp would be one. And if you have a profile there, you claim it, and you put your website on there, that has a backlink back to your site. Then there's a link back to your site. So you have 0. Your competitor has 433. Now, that is a pretty good number, but they should have only about 120 to 180. So a bunch of these are essentially spam backlinks, because there's a lot of crawlers that go through the internet and just look for stuff, and they have no rating. I'm going to show you what I mean. Now, these are their backlinks. They are in yellowpages.com, Yahoo, obviously the local, Super Pages, Dexnos. There's a whole bunch of them. Actually, you know what? The only ones that are important here are these, like 7, because the only ones you want are rated 70 to 90. All of these other ones are just not worth it. I don't know what soprano.com is, but not many people go there for their home remodeling in Cape Coral. Same with ppsmahindra.com. I don't know what any of those are, but they don't have a very high rating. Now, this rating is something that you have on your site too. Your rating is a 3.4. And these ratings are useful because they tell Google how many sites have a reference back to that site. That's why they are called a domain rating. And you want the rating to be higher on the ones that refer back to you, because Google thinks about it this way, that the more folks that have a link back to you means that that must be how more important you are. And the more important you are means that you will be more interesting for their search customers to go and find. So that being the case, the higher the domain rating, that is what you want. You want to be on those sites. For instance, right now I do not see Angie's List on there because that is rated at a 91 in your region, and I happen to know that because I see it frequently. Now, Angie's List is paid, of course. Yellow Pages probably just requires a free profile. You can just go and fill it out. Probably same with Super Pages. Just fill those out and you can get on those highly rated sites. That's one way to do that. And then you can at least have those going for you. But you want to get a lot more. And the way to get a lot more, of course, is to do some research on that. Now, I'm going to show you what this all comes down to. Last month and the month before, the traffic, in other words, the number of visitors you had to your site based on a Google search, was 0. You had no folks coming there from a Google search. And your competitor had 79, and that's more than 2 visitors a day, which is pretty good for your region, to be honest. That is a pretty good rate. Now, that means that they had 79 times more opportunity for somebody to ask for an estimate, 79 times more opportunity for that estimate to become a customer, and for those customers to actually put money in your pocket. Now, obviously, every single one of those visitors is not going to turn into something. I don't know what the exact number is, but when it comes down to odds, 79 beats 0 any day of the week. And I'm not laughing because I'm making fun of you, but it's just that's that the truth of it is you're not just competing in the physical world and the virtual world, you're now competing in the Google world also, since they are such a powerful gorilla in this search field. Now, I would sure that you would rather spend your time making beautiful interiors like this and helping folks prepare for hurricanes and all the other things that you do. You are just a full service company there. And so if you would rather continue doing that than digging around in the belly of your website, my suggestion is that you give Megan a call. She would be happy to guide you through the next steps of how to get yourself some visitors to your site, which is something you need. I mean, you put money into the site with the hopes that it would actually be something that was useful. Right now, it is not. So thank you so much for watching. I hope I've given you some suggestions that will help your website, and you have a great rest of your day.